Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow, 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 ow.
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Irreverent Reverend, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. That's right. And you know the drill. That includes those of you who are new and joining us for the very first time, wherever you want to be, wherever you are, wherever you may be, wherever you want to be, because you may not be where you want to be, yet there you are. That's right. And I here in my office, where it is Sunday, August 23rd, the 581st day of the Sex Offender Administration. It is 70 degrees right here in my office and zero humidity. That's right. But on the other side of this wall, just 9 inches away, it is 68 degrees and wet. I'm talking wet. It is wetter than Natalie Harp at a Trump cabinet meeting while looking at his tweets or his truths. That's right. So that's right. Bless you. Welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, MCMLIS. People have also called me the racy reverend, the pervert pastor, the vile vulgar vicar of vice, the sexy shepherd, the missionary man, the minister of mischief, the dirty deacon of doggy style, the freaky frisky friar, the ass man abbot, the colored cleric, the horny honorific, that's right, the booty banging brother, the handsy high priest, the immature imam, the reach around rabbi, the shameless shaman, Father Fistmas, the wicked I like to watch witness, the divine dominating dominee, the holy hoe, the big shot bishop, the depraved preacher, the tickle me theologian, the minister of making love, the clergy of cunning conversation while eating coochie, and that nasty N-word. And the point is, I come by many names and by many methods, but I do not come easy. That's all we have time for today. Let us begin in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! That's right. You know, brothers and sisters, it is time. It is time for our opening prayers, sponsored by Swimming the Cleveland Ocean by John Palumbo of Crack the Sky, available in paperback on Amazon, or you can get the audio and digital downloads at crackthesky.com. When you buy the book, check this out. Check out this deal. When you buy the book, you get the forward for free. That's right. Look at that. The forward right there. You don't even pay for that. They throw that in. That's right. When you buy the book, you get the cover and the pages and all these words, but the forward, they throw that in for free. That's right. What a deal. And that forward was written by Church of Last Resort alumni, G.D. Fenderson. That's right. He's been around the church from the beginning. I don't even know if we have a member that's been around longer than him or given less money. That's right. But if you or someone you know is in need of a prayer by the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, please send your request for a prayer, healing, forgiveness, or any such request to me at Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll at gmail.com. And please remember to spell roll with an E on the end. Otherwise, that other roll, another Jelly Roll, will get your prayer. Because you see, if you don't spell it right, and I got it written down right there, make it easy for you. See there? It's scrolling across the bottom. See there, right there? It's scrolling across the bottom. That's right. It goes in time with the finger. Like, look at it. It starts here and it just scrolls across the bottom to make it easy for you. That's right. It's so easy that if you're driving your car and you're moving, it looks like it's not even moving. It stays still, because it's moving and you're moving at the same speed. It's like it's staying still, just like that. That's right. That's how science works. That's how science works. Good morning, Sister Ann. We're talking about science. And how science works. There's certain laws and rules about science. And they work almost every single time. Until you talk to a flat earther. And then you find out the problems with science. And that people who are stupid don't understand science. And that's the problem with science. You got to be smart to get it. Because when you're stupid, science don't make sense. That's right. Now for our disclaimer. While all prayers are heard. Thank you. I just totally unexpected. I don't know what to say now. I just point. Oh, it's over there. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now for our disclaimer. While all prayers are heard, not all prayers are answered when we want them to be. Some loopholes and restrictions may apply. That's right. So please, brothers and sisters, please bow your head unless you're driving your car or your significant other. And if that is the case, just close your eyes and let Jesus do the driving while we pray. That's right. But do not let go of the wheel until you know Jesus has control. I'm talking full control, not just the steering, not just the gas, but the gas and the brakes as well. That's right. That's it can end up bad for everybody except for Jesus, because he can be as many wrecks as he wants. He's going to walk away from all of them. That's right. Let us begin. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Mark Rydell. Mark Rydell, an actor turned director who earned an Oscar nomination for his work on Golden Pond, has died. He was 97. Rydell died at the Motion Picture and Television Country House and Hospital in Woodland Hills, California. And that's easy for you to say. His cause of death is listed as natural causes. That's right, natural causes. Naturally, I find that suspicious. There are an awful lot of deaths at the Motion Picture and Television Country House and Hospital in Woodland Hills, California. That's right. Born in New York City in 1929, Rydell originally pursued an interest in music before looking at acting. His prolific career began in the 1950s, breaking through on early television shows like Omnibus, the Philco Television Playhouse, and Kraft Mystery Theater. Now, the real mystery is what's in Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. He occasionally acted in movies like The Long Goodbye and Hollywood Ending, about a director who directs a film while he's temporarily blind. The film in the film is a failure, but the French love it and thinking that the blind director's missteps are artistic genius. That's right. So they just love it. Well, the French love Jerry Lewis and B.O. also. So what can I tell you? By the early 1960s, Rydell began shifting his focus to directing TV shows, including The Virginian, The Fugitive, and Gunsmoke. By the end of the decade, he made his feature film debut, the 1967 lesbian drama based on a D.H. Lawrence novella, The Fox. Not the Aussie movie, The Fox, where Sam Neill plays the talking magpie. Now, this is a different The Fox. You should see them both. In addition to On Golden Pond and The Rose, Rydell directed The Reivers in 1969, Cinderella Liberty in 1973, and The River in 1984. That's right. Rest in peace, Mark. I'm going to have to watch The Fox. I love a good lesbian drama. Can I get a Scissor Doctor documentary? Dear Lord, please bless Brother Michael Wright. Michael Wright? Oh, I'm doing it all wrong, aren't I? Dear Lord, please bless Brother Michael Wright. Michael Wright, best known for his role as Eddie King in Robert Townsend's 1991 musical drama, The Five Heartbeats, has died. He was 70. His cause of death was heart failure, complicated by Machiafafa-Bignami disease. That's right. Yeah, I can't say it again because I don't know the rhythm. A rare degenerative neurological condition he was diagnosed with in 2015. He died peacefully at UCI Medical Center with his wife and children by his side. They are wanted for questioning. Wright made his screen debut in 1979 in The Wanderers, about a teenage gang in the Bronx. He starred in the 1983 film Streamers, for which he and the rest of the ensemble cast shared the Best Actor award at that year's Venice Film Festival. He rose to fame in the 1980s playing resistance fighter Elias Taylor in the sci-fi series V, and later took on the role of inmate Omar White in HBO's gritty prison drama Oz in the early 2000s. Oz is what happens when you take a lesbian drama, set it in a men's prison, but do not know what to call it. You don't want to call it the Cox, so you call it Oz, I guess. He remains best known, however, for playing Eddie King Jr. in the 1991 musical drama The Five Heartbeats. Rest in peace, Michael. You could use a few of those 5 heartbeats right now. Can I get a beep? Sorry about that. Sorry about your ears. Good morning, Brother Kev. That's right. Good morning. Dear Lord, please bless Jessica Bang. Jessica Bang, rookie professional golfer, has died. She was 18. Her cause of death was a brain hemorrhage. The Australian rising star has Thailand preparing for the KLPGA Tour's international qualifying tournament when she collapsed. That's probably why she collapsed. She had to say, people say, where you going? And she says, I'm going to the KLPGA's Tour International Qualifying Tour. That's what happened to her right there. Medical personnel rushed her to Sinfayat Ramadama Ding Dong Hospital in Bangkok. Despite undergoing emergency surgery and being placed on life support, Bang died. That's par for the course. What can I tell you? Rest in peace, Jessica. Jessica Bang went and Jessica Bang went. Okay, you got it. Jessica Bang went and died in Bangkok. She lost her pulse. Her brain was hemorrhaging. I got it. Took me a while to remember how the song goes. Can I get a 1-stroke penalty for that song and another stroke for the final? Dear Lord, please bless Brother Dave Marsh. Dave Marsh, influential rock writer from Metro Detroit, who penned books about Bruce Springsteen, Elvis Presley, and Ann Moore. Ann Moore has died. He was 76. His cause of death was sudden undisclosed disease syndrome, or SUDS. That's right. Marsh was one of the creators of Sirius XM's E Street radio channel, and he was a host of Sirius XM's Kick Out the Jams for 19 years. That's right. He was also a writer and a contributor for Rolling Stone and Cream magazines. Not that Cream magazine. CREEM is a rock and roll magazine. CREAM is a cock and roll magazine. Rest in peace, Dave. You use your words to tell many a rock star story. Can I get a subscription to Cream? As to which one? surprised me. Dear Lord, please bless Sister Hayden Panettiere. Hayden Panettiere, the former child actress best known for her roles in TV series like Heroes of Nashville, has died. She was 36. Her cause of death was cardiac arrest, or as Lindsey Graham would say, the vapors. Panettiere is also known for her roles in movies like Scream 4 and 6, Bring It On, and All or Nothing, which was the third part, the third Bring It On. It was like Bring It On again, Bring It On again, all or nothing. That's right. They call that a triquel, right? When you do the third movie, it's a triquel. That's right. Rest in peace, Hayden. Your death made Vladimir Klitschko irrelevant again. Nobody was talking about him. Were you talking about? I wasn't talking about him. But they had a kid together, and the kid's 11 years old, and they broke up like 12 years ago. But now people are talking about him, right? Fuck it. Can I get a bless your heart? That's right. Dear Lord, please bless Sister Vanessa Blanca. Vanessa Blanca, beloved pop singer who was a member of GMA's musical group Sugar Pop and found huge fame as a solo artist with the track Dota O Ako, has died. She was 30. Her cause of death was severe traumatic brain injury and internal brain hemorrhage. That's right. While getting dressed in the bathroom, she tripped and fell, striking her face and head against the floor. Emergency assistance was immediately requested, but an ambulance did not arrive within 15 minutes. Her companions then attempted to transport her to the nearest hospital using a wheelchair, but despite their efforts, Vanessa succumbed to her injuries before reaching medical care. All right. In order for emergency assistance to be immediately requested, peoples have to be in the immediate vicinity. Okay, she's supposed to be in the bathroom getting dressed. Okay, that's not suspicious, right? You got a bunch of people just hanging out your bathroom while you're trying to get dressed. That's not suspicious at all. No. You know what is suspicious? That they just happen to have a wheelchair nearby to use for transport. Where did they get the wheelchair? You know, is there some person crawling around a parking lot in Indiana trying to figure out where their clothes and wheelchair went? Remember, she was getting dressed. They probably took his clothes in his wheelchair. Rest in peace, Vanessa. I have no idea what damn it. Let me try it again. Dota o ako. That's right. Okay, I do not speak Tagalog. Can I get a Girl Scout cookie? Just so you know, I do know what that means in Philippine, okay? I do know. I don't speak Tagalog, but I know what it means. I know the segment is supposed to end when I say, can I get a and something, and it's supposed to be over with. But I don't want everybody to think I'm stupid, okay? I do my research. I just don't know how to speak Tagalog, okay? Or Tagalog, sorry, Tagalog. Tagalog, get a bug, Tagalog. Okay, never mind. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Frank Beard. Frank Beard, drummer for ZZ Top, has died. He was 77. He died in hospice care, surrounded by family. Some care, right? Some care. Why you go there? You're going to keep dying. Why do people keep going? They just keep dying there. They just need to stop going and live. Okay. Beard was the only member of ZZ Top without a beard. That's right. The band for which he was part for 6 decades is going to keep on keeping on, as Beard had wished. Like they were going to stop just because he died. That's just him being acquiescent. Okay, just saying, sure, guys, go on without me. Like they're going to go on with him. And behind the drum, Beard, Frank Beard. Drum solo. No, they're going to go on without him. The band had several concerts scheduled, but canceled their shows in Salt Lake City and Colorado Springs. They'll resume their tour as in Eagle Pass, Texas. That's right. So ZZ Top will be performing beardless for a while. Rest in peace, Frank. Since I do not know what your actual cause of death is, all I can say is how did it happen? Can I get a LaGrange? How? Yes, Lord. I did not know that I was going to have enough time for all these other ones. There's like, oh my God, I didn't finish them. There was just too many. It was like, no, we can't do all these peoples because we got to do the pictures. And guess what? We never did go through the photo album to get the pictures. That's right. That's the problem when you got shit to do and not enough shit time to do the shit. Do the shit. But just as some honorary mentions, Bill Rasmussen from ESPN died at the age of 93. That's right. He launched ESPN. He gone. All right. And Butch Husky, he used to play for Major League Baseball. He used to play at Coors Field, right? He used to play for the Rockies. He was an outfielder. He died at 54. That's right. He gone. That's right. We got former Cowboys offensive guard John Nealon. That's right. He died at age 82. He gone. O.J. Briggins. He had ALS. That's right. American League Syndrome. Of course, he spent most of his time with Baltimore Ravens. Has a Super Bowl there, and he has he played for the Dolphins a little bit too, but he died. He gone. And least of not last, Tommy John. You've heard of people getting Tommy John surgery. This is that Tommy John. He didn't develop the surgery. He was the first one to get it. He was a pitcher. That's right. And I guess he pitched for 50 years. I don't know how long he pitched, but the surgery has helped thousands of pitchers over the past 50 years. He died at age 83. He was a Los Angeles Dodger. That's right. He gone. So that's it. Finally, Lord, please bless the entire behind-the-scenes staff at Mind Dog TV. That's right, guys. You deserve it. Take a bow. Stand up. Oh, don't stand up. Not wearing pants. See, people don't know this, but the production crew, because you don't see them, they don't wear pants. But I see them, so I don't want them standing up. But they deserve credit. So let's give credit where credit is due. And cash. They deserve credit and cash, of which I have neither. So they are truly doing your work, Lord. Yes, they are. Helping to spread your word throughout the wordosphere. That's right. They could be anywhere today, but they are here, behind the scenes, and just wishing that they were anywhere today. Maybe once in a while closing their eyes and dreaming that they're anywhere today. Like, oh, shit, still here. That's right. What a crapshoot. That ought to account for something, Lord. MindDogTV.com/merch, the place to go to get your Church of Last Resort gear, your coffee with the dog gear, your Mind Dog TV gear. That's right. Go there. Get the stuff you want from the people who got it and the people who, for people who need it. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. And now, brothers and sisters, all my luscious followers out there, all my little lushes, hey there, you know what time it is. That's right. It's time for a bump for the Lord. That's right. Brought to you by Bump in a Bottle. That's right. Straight from our vineyards to your innards. Wine, just like Jesus used to make. That's right, my little lushes. Grab a ready. We're all going to go on 3. 1, 2. Premature drunkalation. There you go. That's some good stuff. That's right. Bumper the bottle. Get it anywhere that you can find it. Just don't go, but not my fridge. Don't go in my fridge. Don't go in my fridge. That's my stash. I will cut a bitch over that. That's right. Bump, bump, bump. So, brothers and sisters, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! That's right. Wow, we are running way ahead of schedule, but that's okay. That's good. That's good. I'd rather run ahead than run behind, because if you run ahead, everybody else is behind you, and when you go, poop, they get the burst of it. But when you're behind, everybody else is going, and then you're like, oh, God, I can't breathe. I'm not going to run behind. I'm just going to sit there and pass out. So I'm rather run ahead than behind. That's right. But we talked about Mind Dog TV and Coffee with the Dog, our flagship program. That's right. And who makes it all possible? Well, it's our head honcho, Mr. Matt Napple. But he doesn't have time to go out and find guests. No, he's too busy head honchoing. So that is the job of Sister Curly Hair So Bright. Curly Hair So Bright is going to tell you how you can be on Coffee with the Dog. Go ahead, sister.
Comedians, musicians, songwriters, filmmakers, authors, and podcasters. Coffee with the Dog is booking for the
summer and fall
now. Get free publicity and hone your interview skill in a fun and safe setting. Coffee with the Dog is a live radio, live stream podcast based in New York that airs daily Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 11 o'clock in syndication on iHeartRadio, as well as video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and many other platforms. Guests usually come on remotely via StreamYard, like Zoom but easier, although occasionally we do in-studio interviews. The morning show focuses mainly on comedians and musicians, and they have interviewed many top names and classic celebrities such as Robert Klein, Mike Binder, Eddie Brill, Doug Stanhope, Steve Byrne, Paul Provenza, Jeff Altman, and many, many others. For booking, go to minddogtv.com/booking.
There we go. That's right. Thank you, Sister Curly Hair So Bright. You are a true inspiration, a trooper, a great person, someone that we just could not run this show without. No, indeed. No, indeed. Oh, we have tried. We have tried many, many a time, but we could not do it. And you know what we're supposed to do is while she's doing that, while she's talking, we're supposed to be like looking at the see if there's any artwork that was produced while we were looking at other shit, and I didn't do that. So I'm just gonna take a quick look here now. Oh, we do have one. All right, good. Yes, brother Heavy Kev did this little ditty for us, because today, in Looking for God in All the Wrong Places, we're talking about Teacher, as sung by Jethro Tull, the U.S. version. I'm gonna make that clear. It's the U.S. version. It's from the 1970 album Benefit. That's right. And now Kevin usually by this point has like 9 or 10 pieces of artwork going up there, but just so you know, brother Kev says they are not one of my favorite bands. Okay, that's a polite way of saying I don't like them. Okay, so he's just like, I did one, I bit the bullet for you, I sucked up the concrete. Here, be happy. All right. Now, I said the U.S. version because the original version, the original UK version of the song was a slower, folksy release. As a matter of fact, point of fact, it was first released as the B-side to the single Witch's Promise. How many of you remember Witch's Promise? I take that as a no. But To the Naked Mind, okay, that was the like I said, in the beginning, the way they planned it. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about it. To the naked mind, teacher explores themes of disillusionment with authority and figures and the limitations of formal education. To the naked mind, a subject that resonated strongly with the counterculture youth of circa 1970. At the time, many people thought that teacher was actually referring to the band manager, Terry Ellis, or the I'm going to say cult leader, Timothy Leary, who during the 60s was considered by many to be a guru of sorts and a screw you out of sorts. Yes. Now, when asked in an interview, if this is Ian Anderson, he was asked in an interview, if there was a specific inspiration for the song, Anderson answered, quote, "Alien as much as it was the need to come up with a pop song format that might get us some radio play or be in the singles charts. It was a deliberate attempt to write a piece of music." I'm sorry. I can't fuck up an accent and a script at the same time. Well, actually, apparently I can. I can fuck up an accent and a script at the same time. All right, I'm going to go back. I'm the beginning of the quote. I'm sorry. Because you quote, "Only in as much as it was the need to come up with a pop song format that might get us some radio play or be in the singles charts. It was a deliberate attempt to write a piece of more generic pop rock music, which is probably why I don't really like it very much. It just seemed a bit forced, a bit too structured in that kind of vein. So it's not one that I'm comfortable with at all. No." Now remember, when this song first came out, I told you it was on the B side of Which Is Promise. Now most of you don't remember Which Is Promise, but a lot of people know the song Teacher. Looks like they made a bad call. But of course, that would have been the folksy version. If they had made a rock version of Which Is Promised, like they made a rock version of and I'm sure that's what he's talking about. The rock version of Teacher. Like, okay, we need a chart. Let's beef this up. Let's beef it up. Because back then, a lot of his songs had the same type of theme. So I don't think that when he's talking about him disliking, he's talking about disliking the original. I think he's talking about disliking not being crazy about the remake of the song to make it more popular. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm usually right because I don't usually open my mouth unless I've carefully thought about it or realized no one was listening and I could say it anyway. Now, Ian Anderson's narrator challenges the traditional teacher-student dynamic, questioning whether those in positions of intellectual authority truly possess the wisdom they claim to offer. Okay, that's heavy. All right, not like Kev heavy, but a different kind of heavy. That's right. The song carries an undercurrent of rebellious self-reliance, suggesting that genuine knowledge and understanding must be ultimately come from within rather than from institutional instruction. But again, we're not going there. We're not talking about institutional instruction, okay? That's to the naked mind. That's what the naked mind thinks. Today, I'm going to offer you, your naked mind, a new suit that for the next 20-something minutes or so is going to make me look and sound like the very teacher to which the narrator is referring. Okay, I see teacher as a condemnation of cult leaders, megachurch leaders, and false prophets. I'm going to give your naked mind some new clothes and to add to your mental wardrobe for the next time, or maybe the first time that you listen to teacher. Let us begin. Thus saith the Jethro Tull. That's right. Okay. It starts off like this. Well, the dawn was coming, heard him ringing on my bell. Let me stop that. Because if I do that, people aren't going to pay attention to this. They're going to say, what the fuck is he doing? Well, the dawn is coming, heard him ringing on my bell. He said, my name's the teacher. That is what I call myself. Okay. I'm going to break this down line by line because this line sets up so much of what's about to come. Okay. Well, the dawn is coming. The dawn is not just the next day. Okay. But the beginning of a new age for this individual. Okay. This person is lost. They've come to the conclusion that they cannot find enlightenment by themselves. They cannot find truth by themselves. So they're about to embark on a new day when they're going to open their mind, start anew, and find out why they're lost and maybe find some answers. So it's a new period of seeking self, the dawn of a new period of seeking self. That's the dawn. Okay. It's not just they woke up at 6 a.m. and the sun was there. Okay. This is the dawn of self-exploration. So at the time that he goes, heard him ringing my bell. Okay. Two things about that. First of all, when he decides to wake up, who was there ringing his bell? Now, this is very personal. See, most teachers, when they ring the bell for everyone. Okay. He's getting his bell rung. That means it's time for me to go to class, time for me to wake up and learn. Okay. My bell, not the school to signify to all that class is about to begin, but his bell. The teacher is saying, time for you to wake up, motherfucker. Your lesson is about to begin. And it goes on. He said, my name's the teacher. That is what I call myself. My name's the teacher. As if he's special. For those of you who have been raised, bathed, and soaked in the Judeo-Christian tradition, the title teacher occurs many times in the Gospels. Often when people address Jesus directly, such as Nicodemus saying, Rabbi, okay? Those two words are equivalent, rabbi, teacher, okay? Don't be confused. When I say rabbi, I mean teacher. You say rabbi, teacher. When I say rabbi, you say teacher. Rabbi, teacher. When I say rabbi, you say teacher. Rabbi, teacher. Okay, you got it? Rabbi, teacher, same thing. Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher come from God. Okay, that's John 3:2. Okay, and the Greek word, didaskalos, emphasizes someone who instructs others in knowledge, wisdom, or ethical living in Jewish tradition. In Jewish tradition, a teacher was a respected figure who guided disciples in the Torah and synagogue teachings, so calling Jesus teacher fits within that cultural framework. So the term teacher also reflects on a disciple-master relationship. Jesus calls individuals to follow him, instructing them both practically and spiritually. In Matthew 23:8, he says, you have one teacher and you are all brothers, showing that his teaching establishes community and mutual accountability. Okay, Jesus uses many parables and sayings. He used it. Let me try that again. Many parables and sayings use the teacher-disciple framework to illustrate the transmission of divine wisdom. Okay, but here in the song, he says, that is what I call myself. Okay, a true spiritual teacher does not claim the title for themselves, but it is given that title because those who have decided to learn from him have given him the title teacher, a true teacher. True teacher doesn't have to call himself teacher. Unless you're advertising, that's stupid. It's like comedians like Paul Blair, the comedian Paul Blair. If you're funny, people will know you're a comedian. Okay. Fucking, that's a different rant for a different day and a different person. It continues. And I have a lesson that I must impart to you. It's an old expression, but I must insist it's true. Okay. Let us give the teacher some points for honesty. He admits that he is not the creator of this lesson or the expression, as he is wont to call it. But why must the teacher impart this lesson to the narrator? Remember the first verse? The teacher rang the narrator's bell. Okay. Quite often, cult leaders and cult recruiters look for people who have the look of being lost, desperate, and isolated to recruit. They single them out. They know. They see somebody on a park bench. They see somebody wandering the road. They see somebody sitting alone, and they go, that person is ripe for cult pickings. They got that smell. They got that look. They got that taste. They got that okay? They can smell it out. And this guy was lost. He had that smell. And so the teacher just walked up and says, hey, I can help you. They call me the teacher. You know, or I'm sorry, that's what I call myself. No one else calls me the teacher. That's what I call myself. But I can help you. It doesn't tell them the cost yet. Okay. It's a gift knowing how to find spiritual marks. You know, so the cult industry is a huge con. Huge con. Okay. People use the same techniques in bars, and military recruiters use it on the young people. You know, how did it? You lost? You need a family? A sense of belonging? A family? Do you need to feel loved, wanted, appreciated? We will be that for you. You don't have to stay if you don't want. Try it out. Just a tip. Welcome home. The teacher also insists that what he has to offer is the truth. So what is this lesson that the narrator must have imparted unto him that the teacher insists is going to change this man's life? What is this lesson? Here it is. Jump up, look around, find yourself some fun. No sense in sitting there hating everyone. No man's an island, and his castle isn't home. The nest is full of nothing when the bird has flown. Wow. That's the lesson. That's the lesson that he insists is true. Well, let's take a look at this lesson, shall we? Yeah, let's do it. And let's do it together. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, Twitch bot. Thank you, Twitch bot. You're always welcome to come here and learn about stuff like this. That's right. Did you bring a liquor bottle? A little bump for the Lord? A tithe? Get the fuck out of here, Twitch bot. Okay, jump up, look around. Find yourself some fun. Okay. What? Okay, yeah, jump up, look around, find yourself some fun. Now, the first thing about this is they're telling this guy to, he said, look all around you. First, he realizes that the guy's depressed, so he's not finding anything. He's not having fun. He's depressed. He's upset. He's lost. So the first lesson is that makes sense. Hey, look, let's have some fun. Jump up, look around. Observe your surroundings. Observe your surroundings. It's all fake. That's what's making you upset. So we're going to go find yourself some fun. We're going to find you some fun. You know, don't sit here, blame it. I'm saying blaming everyone, hating everyone. I said, get off your ass. So quite often when people sit alone, and that's why shooters start becoming shooters, they sit alone and they start hating everybody because this individual is not having fun. And to them, it looks like everyone is having fun. But if you jump up and look around, you see that not everyone is having fun. They are no different than you. Okay? So don't sit here and hate yourself. Start having fun like them, if that's what you think they're having. This goes, no man is an island. We've heard that on like 1,000 times, 1,000 songs. No man's an island. But this is what's a little different. Here it says, his castle isn't home. Okay. That's not how we were raised. We were raised like this. A man's home is his castle. All right. So no matter how humble your home is, if it's your home, it's your castle. But then he says, no, his castle isn't home. Because home is where the heart is. Home is where you can be comfortable. You can have a house and a house not be a home. You can have a home and it not be in a house. A home and a dwelling are not the same thing. Okay? Just because you have a castle doesn't make it a home. No, what makes it a home is what happens right here. So he goes, and his castle isn't home. So like, no man's an island, his castle isn't home. So the man needs to be connected to something. Because if he's not connected to something, then his castle is just a building. It's not a home. You got to be connected. So jump up, look around, find yourself some fun. Okay. Next, because the nest is full of nothing when the bird has flown. Well, okay, there's a couple of, well, first of all, home is a metaphor for castle, but home is also a metaphor for nest. Okay, but again, a home is a place you make it. It's not a matter of a house or a physical dwelling. Your home is where your heart is. Okay, that is the most true statement, and it's not in here right here, but that's what a home is. So it says, okay, the nest is full of nothing when the bird has flown. Okay, the nest or your home, if you abandon what means home to you, then that's it. It's not a home anymore. It's full of nothing. It's just a building. It is just a castle. It is just a cardboard box. But that's his lesson. And it was enough to impress the narrator, because the next line says, so I took a journey through my world into the sea. With me went the teacher who found fun instead of me. Now, this little thing here, it says here, so I took a journey through my world into the sea. So all of my belongings, my world, everything that made my world, I just cast it aside. It's lost. It's gone. I threw it to the sea. Okay? Ain't getting it back. So he decided this message is for me. He's speaking my truth. And so he goes with the teacher. But right here, he foreshadows what's about to happen. He goes, with me went the teacher who found fun instead of me. All right. He's letting you know it's just about to go cattywampus, because the teacher starts exploiting the student right away. Okay. He was supposed to help the student find himself. That's what the teacher says. I can help you find yourself. Yeah, I can do that. But he says the teacher found fun instead of me. So also, the teacher's first lesson says, jump up, look around, find yourself some fun. And he's also saying that he didn't find any fun. Just the teacher found the fun. I didn't find the fun. Okay? The teacher. The next line, now the next line makes sense. Because when he says the teacher found fun instead of me, the narrator now turns to the teacher and he wants to know what's going on. And the narrator says, hey man, what's the plan? What was that you said? Suntanned, drink in hand, lying there in bed. I try to socialize, but I can't seem to find what it was, what I was looking for. Got something on my mind. So the teacher didn't deliver any kind of help or self-awareness or anything to the student, but the teacher, lying on the beach, suntanned, drink in hand. Actually, it doesn't say he's lying on the beach. So apparently he was on the beach earlier, because now he's suntanned with drink in hand, lying there in bed. So it's like, almost like room service. It's like the teacher used the young man's credit card for them to go to a resort or something. It's like exploiting the young man's means. And that's what the cult does. That's what cults do. They don't come up with they don't invest their own money. They invest the money of other cult members. That's what they do. They don't go, I'm going to pay for this. They know that money already came from other cult members. And now he's got your money and he's got you buying his drinks. He's got you paying for his room. He's got you paying for his board. So some fucking teacher. So when he says, hey man, what's the plan? It's like, what are we doing here? How am I going to get enlightened from this? What he says, what was that you said? He was a teacher to remember what the promise was. You're going to help me? You're going to help me? And then he goes on and says, look, I try to socialize. I tried. I tried to get out there and have some fun. But that got stuff. I can't have fun. That's why I'm with you. I got stuff on my mind. I need answers. I can't have fun. I can't socialize while I'm trying to make sense of this world. I can't make sense of the world and enjoy it at the same time because this world is not a place for me to enjoy. That's why I followed you. So the teacher is not delivering on his promise. The narrator continues. Then the teacher told me it had been a lot of fun, thanked me for his ticket and all that I had done. All right. That is a spiritual wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Or, hey, pray on your way. Yes, indeed. He says right there, the teacher told me it had been a lot of fun. The teacher's letting them go. And maybe because the cult members, the narrator's money ran out, or maybe because the teacher was got to where he was trying to get to, this coast where there's a beach. In other words, I scammed you. Thank you. We're done here. You helped me a great deal. Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't do the same for you. Actually, he's not sorry he couldn't do the same for him. If the narrator had been helped in any way, it would have been a sheer accident. It would have been something that the narrator did on his own. The narrator would have been one that found what was going on. The narrator would have been the one on his own to find self-enlightenment because the teacher didn't do a damn thing. That's right. It is reminded right here toward the very end. He says, hey, man, what's the plan? What was that you said? Suntan, drink in hand, lying there in bed. I tried to socialize, but I can't seem to find what it was I was looking for. Got something on my mind. He's pretty much at the place that he started off. Right, where he's still lost. Only now he's a little more broke. So that is the lesson of Teacher by Jethro Tull. It's not a very long song, and it's a lot deeper than people realize. Not necessarily about Timothy Leary. It could be about Timothy Leary, but he said Ian Anderson said definitely was not about his manager Terry Ellis. I don't think he ever said it wasn't about Timothy Leary. So that's it. I hope that you have the teacher in a new light. It's not the institutional educational system that people think it is about. It is actually a lot deeper. It's a cult thing. Because somebody was looking for God in all the wrong places. That's why we picked this song. It actually is probably the first song that we did that actually fit the title. Yeah. And I got to show you this. I have to show you this. This is so neat. I have to thank Brother Matt for this. I'm going to take myself out, and you won't hear me for a second because I just want you to see the backdrop. I'm going to take it out, take myself out. There, I didn't want too much silence. But did you see that? Did you see that? I can't show it to you and talk and you hear me because once I take myself out the room to show you that, you can't hear me. And I apologize for those who are listening on the radio. If you want to see that artwork, I'll find a way to put it out there somehow. I didn't create it, but it's right there. and it's really beautiful. I never thought to do anything like that. So thank you, Brother Matt, for doing that. So I'm just trying to read it. Hey, just stole the after altar wine and having a better bump. All right. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Have Kev. Yes, indeed. So, brothers and sisters, to bring this hour to a close, I want to invite everyone to check out Done Way Past Funny on Roku TV and Spark TV, and you can go to G. Venderson's page under his playlist for Done Way Past Funny. His most recent episode is with Jen Lieberman, actress from Toronto. You've seen her on Coffee with the Dog, and now you can get a little more in-depth interview with her on Done Way Past Funny. So check that out. Now, if you are within a reasonable amount of distance of the Maryland area, check, please, if you are in need of a humorous comedian, check out GD Venderson, geeksalad.com, or just go to sogdfunny.com and reach out to him on your own without having to go through the middleman and having GD pay them like an extra 2 or 5% of his earnings to Geek Salad. But here we go. I want to thank those of you who subscribe to my fledgling YouTube channel, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, and also on Facebook, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. Thank you. I'm thanking no one because I don't have any new subscribers, but that's okay. New listeners, new viewers, just not subscribing. Okay. It says to me, you got new viewers, you got new listeners. And I look at the subscription and nobody new subscribed. It's okay. You watch, didn't like me. What else can I say? I used to get that at the beach. Women would watch and not like me. What can I tell you? So, brothers and sisters, on behalf of the Church of Last Resort, the entire Roll family, my wife Amona, my kids Cinnamon and Jelly Jr., our cat Tootsie, and our dog Stop Dropping, I wish you safe travels, and I hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Mind Dog TV, and everywhere that our word is heard. And please, our sponsor, check out the book from our sponsor, Swimming the Cleveland Ocean, okay, by John Palumbo. Check out the book and go to your local library and say, hey, I hear John Palumbo from Crack the Sky has a new book. Can we get it in this library? Can we get it up in this joint? That's what you do. And you can say it just like that. Can we get it up in this joint? They know what you're talking about. That's right. Because libraries are hip. They're cool. That's right. So, brothers and sisters, thank you for hanging out with us. In the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah. Fuck yeah! That's right.